Today I want to talk about backglass files and how the VPin Studio manages them. As you know, the backglass files are the most important asset when it comes to visual-pinball. So I thought I make a walkthrough of all the features the VPin Studio supports regarding backglass files. And for that, I've prepared the table Apollo 13 here. And as you can see right now, the table has no backglass files, so you have several options to install them via different upload methods. So we can either use the upload menu, upload backglass, where you have a regular file selector. The same dialog is here on the right, or you can use the drop-in menu where you see I have already downloaded the backglass file and simply press install or drag and drop the file here. Finally, I upload the backglass, and after the upload is completed, you see the preview of the backglass here and also some additional options to configure them. The more interesting part comes to it is available when you switch over to the backglass manager. You can either use that tab or you can directly jump using this button. And here you can see the Apollo 13 should be selected. Now we have it. And you get here an overview about the actual backglass files and all related options, and also the matching table. So here you get an overview just for all direct B2S files available in the emulators you've configured for VPX. The table gives an overview about the features of the backglass files and also if you have configured .res or .frame files. For example, you can use for any backglass file the .res editor or the DMD position dialog, which allows you to customize the DMD position as the name indicates or to generate .res files. If you don't know what .res files are, there are separate videos available on YouTube for these two editors, so I will skip them here. What is more interesting here are the options of the backglass file. For example, you can switch the grill visibility here directly, so you don't have to don't have to launch the game and go through the backglass server. You can directly configure the backglass here. Stuff like the grill visibility, the DMD visibility, and also stuff like the lamp, but I don't think this stuff is mostly customized. I think mostly the grill visibility stuff here is interesting. Also interesting is the flag start as Excel, which is important for several reasons. As you can see here, you can configure this per table or per backglass file, but the server default is enabled. If you want to check other server defaults, you can just click the preferences button. And here you see in the preferences the preferences of the backglass server, including the launches Excel, which we have just seen, and also several other stuff. Most important, make sure that the plugins are activated. I think all of us know the reasons for that. And you should disable fuzzy matching for reasons I will come to later. And finally, you can use the backglass files also for your media assets. For example, you have here these buttons for the backglass image and DMD image, and if you click on that one, you get a message copy in backglass media. That means then that if you export the image and then switch to the media editor, you can do that by opening the table of the media table, switch to backglass, and here we see the backglass has been extracted as an image for the backglass screen for Pinner Popper. The same option is also available for the DMD, so you see the button here too, and use the DMD image as media asset for the Popper loading screen or menu selection. In addition to that, you can also upload the different DMD images here, so you can actually customize your backglass file with the VPin Studio. I haven't that prepared, but the option is there, and you can use it if you are eager of customizing WPGS files in depth. And finally, I want to come to a very interesting feature that is only available for the VPin Studio, and that is multi-backglass support. As we all know from VPS, there are quite a bunch of backglasses available for every table, so you don't have necessarily decide finally for one. You can upload different, can download different ones, of course, but of course the switching is a bit tedious because you have to rename the files. And there's where the VPin Studio comes with quite some nice features. For example, I've prepared here a folder with different backglass files. You can see from the name they belong to different tables, but for demo purposes I just took them. For example, I can upload the backglass file for Dragon's Lair. Just imagine it is another backglass for Apollo 13. And here you have the option to replace the existing one or to append. And we want to append a new backglass. And as a result, you see the version selector opens, and you see also here the number indicator. So we now have for Apollo 13 two different backglasses and can now switch between them and decide which one should be active. And as a result, the file gets automatically renamed and therefore will be the active backglass file for Apollo 13. You can also deactivate all of them, so none of the backglasses is currently activated, which may be a valid configuration situation. For example, if you want to stick to the pub pack, which is also available for Apollo 13, you may want your backglass to be used and can activate all of them, deactivate all of them this way. And so quite a bunch of options you can use with this version selector. Finally, what isn't that obvious is that the backglass images are used as default asset for the VPin Studio. For example, if you switch to the high score cards and select Apollo here, the game, you see the backglass image is used as default background for the high score card. If we now, for example, switch back to the backglass manager, select this one as active backglass, we can also replace the default background. You have to do this manually. The location for that isn't that obvious. You have here the collapsed section called default background. When you press reset here, it will regenerate the high score card using the active backglass. In that case, you see the Dragon's Lair image comes up, and it's used as new default background. That's all about backglass management. If you have some comments, feel free to write them on this video or to contact me on the Discord server of the VPin Studio. I'm happy for any feedback and feature requests or recommendations to improve these stuff. And until then, until next time, and goodbye.